right. Thank you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Table for One. We have Love is Blind's Mike Brockway on. How you doing?
What's up, guys? Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. How's it been, dude? How's it been since the show?
It's been a little chaotic, I would say.
Yeah.
I think the show takes up a lot of like headspace, at least for me, just between the noise with the social media and, you know, the comments and all the people that reach out to you, your friends and family you haven't talked to in a while, mostly your friends. But yeah, it's been good.
You're surviving.
I'm surviving, trying to be thriving over here, but
Yeah, making the best of it, huh?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you said about the comments. Pay any attention to the mean comments, or?
I think at first I did because it was all so new, right? Like this is new to all of us, and so you don't know what to expect. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know what to plan for. There's no textbook on how to go and be on Love is Blind for the first time and have a bunch of random people reaching out to you. And so I think at first it was tough, but eventually I got some thick skin and decided that it didn't necessarily matter. And something that I tell people is like, if you think about your friends and the people you respect in your life and your family, none of those people are going onto social media and talking shit to a complete stranger. Yeah. Right. So like the type of person that's talking shit to a stranger on Instagram, like I don't necessarily value their opinion if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, it's Isaac's burner account. That's what he's doing.
I knew it.
Yeah, I got about 200 of them, and they're all focused on you.
And then he shits on me on there too. You know? Yeah, drives engagement.
Gets you
really.
Both.
Yeah, but he deserves it though. I mean,
yeah, right.
Yeah, you're good with Jordan thoa, right?
Yeah. No, Jordan's awesome. Okay. I think he's a great guy. I respect like how he handled everything, and got a lot of respect for Jordan.
What's your favorite type of diabetes?
Man.
sorry. And they're good, obviously, I
mean, I think, my very like limited experience or exposure to diabetes was my one friend that I mentioned on the show.
Yeah.
And the only reason it resonated with me was because he had to persevere through something tough.
Yeah.
And he was able to change up his lifestyle, like I said on the show, and get through it, and he's good today. Yeah. Right. But besides that, I never really was exposed to at least no one close to me, or no family members have ever been exposed to it. Yeah. So I honestly just had no idea there were two different kinds of diabetes.
Yeah. And the only reason I know is because I got a couple buddies that are in the health field. I was engaged to a gal that was in medical school. So like I would hear shit like that all the time.
Yeah, for sure. So. But no, I definitely regret having that conversation without the education behind it. Yeah. But I think, as you know, like we're in there, we don't exactly have our cell phones in our pockets to quickly Google and fact check things. Yeah, right. Like I wish I would have had my friend ChatGPT in there, but unfortunately did not. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's tough, and I think that definitely rightfully so upset Jordan to an extent. Yeah. And I immediately reached out to him and was like, hey man, I think that was poorly edited by Netflix, but I also I feel bad for saying that. At the time, that was very early on in the process. I had no idea that Jordan was dating Megan, or we were dating the same person. Yeah. But how it was portrayed was it was me trying to make a dig at Jordan, which was not the case at all. And so regardless, I do feel bad about it. And it was just me trying to have a conversation based on my current knowledge, and I was being curious about it. I think Megan, I'm pretty sure Megan corrected me, but they didn't necessarily show that conversation, right? They just showed me making that statement without knowledge, and that was kind of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't think there was like any ill will towards it, knowing you, and then Jordan as well, very forgiving guy, and I mean, like it's understood. Like I think any one of our friends could have probably said something like that, and he would have been like, "You're wrong here. I'll educate you." And so, but I mean, he doesn't hold a grudge or anything like that. So
Also, I feel like you handled it very well. Like admitting to your fault and then apologizing to Jordan, and saw he also publicly said that you made a quiet donation to the charity he was working with. So I respect the way you handled it.
Yeah, and that was kind of just between him and I, and that was what was most important to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I immediately reached out to him. And because that was my priority, as far as like other people being impacted, like that was definitely not my intention to get to upset others out there. But number one was Jordan, and we did have a conversation about it. It was squashed between him and I. I did make that donation, and we were going to keep that between us.
Was it like $15 or? Just kidding.
6 figures, bro. I mean, I had to get Jordan to forgive me. So.
Yeah. Jordan ain't cheap.
Yeah. No, but yeah, and it's. I wasn't going to say anything about it. I wasn't going to put it out there, and it was cool that he did that, and he had my back at the reunion.
Yeah.
Especially because I wasn't there to have a voice for myself, and so at least I appreciate him mentioning it and bringing it up.
Yeah. Okay, great. Hey, dude, I was doing some research on you. I saw in an interview, like some of your heroes. Just let me know if this is correct. Bernie Madoff, Jordan Belfort, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Oh yeah.
And your favorite movie was Catch Me If You Can. Is that correct?
Man, you read my bio. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Sorry, that was a joke. All right, that was just a little. I mean, how are you taking like all the scamming comments and stuff like that? I mean, I know there's two sides of each story, right? And so, and I kind of know you personally, so I just kind of want to hear from you if you had anything to say about it. If not, no worries.
Yeah, right. No, I think like anyone that knows me knows like what I stand for, that I have integrity, that I treat people well, and everyone around me, I try to like help them out to some capacity, right? Yeah. Like with Jordan when he was doing his book, I know nothing about children's books, but I put him in touch with someone that was super successful with publishing children's books.
You're good at connecting people.
Yeah, I love connecting people, and if I can't help them, then I'll connect them to the right person. Like I think you reached out to me for
you've helped
potential business venture, and I was like, hey, talk to these 3 guys because they're experts, and I unfortunately can't help you in this scenario. Yeah. But going back to the question, I think like you said, there's a couple different sides to every story, and then there's somewhere in the middle that's the truth. And when it comes down to it, running multiple businesses that are different is really hard. And if you do any sort of volume or deal with any sort of contractors or people and requirements from customers, there's always you're going to have vendor disputes no matter what. And I think how I carried myself was acceptable, but you're going to have the other side of the story, and that person is going to be upset with you. And so I definitely am too blunt sometimes, or maybe I stand on principle a little bit too much, or maybe I'll die on that hill. And I'm just sometimes not a people pleaser at the end of the day. And I can potentially be a little bit stubborn. And so that probably rubs some people the wrong way. And at the end of the day, like that happened because it was planned, and they were, I don't want to say anything too negative, but I think some people just
had it out for you.
Yeah, had it out for me. Were bitter and honestly just didn't have a whole lot to do, and they just decided to focus on that and get their 5 seconds of fame potentially.
Yeah, I mean when you got a lot of time on your hands,
Yeah.
Sure, they wanted to do something like that. Yeah, or made them feel good inside. So
I think the other part of it too, it's pretty wild to see how like something so small can snowball into something so crazy on the internet, and just be blown out of proportion. And it's just like the game of telephone. Like if I tell you something and you tell, the next person, and you go down the line 10 times, like the story's totally different and untrue, right? And so that's kind of what happened. And the let's just say these less respectable online news, I guess, articles will say anything to get clicks.
Yeah. And I remember, like, when I first met you, too, you asked me for $20, and, like, it only took 6 months to get back, and I only had to bother you, like, 14 times.
Paper, I got you back, bro.
You got me back, though. The 3 easy installments, 3 easy payments.
No, just zero interest, bro.
Zero. Yeah, dude, I'm nice. Obviously, one of your passions is real estate. Airbnbs. I mean, it seems like you have a couple business ventures.
Actually, I'm going to go quick tangent, and then we'll go into that.
Okay, yeah.
So I think there's another side of all this as well. Like I have, just in doing business in Denver, again, for 10 years, I can name multiple people that owe me a ton of money. Like one person, owes me $75,000. A couple of homeowners owed me thousands of dollars. And I'm not going out there and writing about them online or like trying to like be petty and like handle it in a, not so respectful way. Yeah. I will just go through the legal system, right? And none of that actually happened. So I think you can kind of see like most of this is not credible.
Yeah, $75,000, man. I'd be hunting that guy down.
Yeah, and I've had a couple other investments that didn't go well either. Like and a couple of them are with friends, you know, so that's also tough. Like you want to cut them some slack, and you know, shit happens. So I've been on this side of the table, and I get it. Not that that's what I did to someone else, but I just think like there's a way to handle it, and there's also a way just not to handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess going kind of back to, and yeah, very good answer. I mean, just wait till they go on a reality show, and then, you know, we can get together and start commenting.
Exactly.
On 75K.
Can't wait.
75K back. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to go back to real estate, man. I mean, how'd you get into it? Why? Is it always something you wanted to do?
Yeah, I kind of fell into real estate basically. I always wanted to own a property, and when I was living in New York, I looked at a couple of properties. I almost bought a house when I was there, but then I decided to make the move to Denver, and rented for a year to figure out like the neighborhoods, the lay of the land, where I wanted to be, and just kind of bought my first house in 2015, just because I wanted to own a home, you know, the American dream, and I had basically figured out like how to. I fell into this again. I bought the house and I had two buddies move in, and they were paying me super low rent. I think it was like $500 a month per person. And back then that was basically covering my mortgage. I think when I had the third person move in and a third friend move in, my mortgage was covered, and I was living for free with no housing expense, right? And that's awesome. Huge, because that's typically someone's biggest expense, right? And so once I realized that was a thing, I started digging into it. I got into the forums with this website called Bigger Pockets, and there's a ton of real estate education podcasts, and I realized I was house hacking, and from there I was kind of just hooked, and I bought the next one, which was a duplex. I lived in the one unit, rent out the other one, and I think at that point like 90% of my housing expense or mortgage was being covered, and so that was also a great deal, and I just kind of kept that rolling, and eventually made my way into short-term rentals. And that's where I sit now. And then I'm also, I like balancing my short-term rentals with long-term rentals, like riskier things with safer rentals. But it's just, yeah, man, I got addicted to real estate.
Yeah, it's a good thing to get addicted to. There's a lot worse things.
Other things out there. That
and you throw good parties at your rentals.
Yeah, man, I think
the pool party was fun, or wasn't?
Some of us had a good time.
Some of us didn't.
I had a great time. Stayed clear of all the drama.
Yeah, others had a little too much fun.
All of the drama found me.
That happens sometimes, occasionally.
Yeah. We'll never be back there. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the neighbors were pissed that day after the DJ.
Shut up, really?
Oh yeah, they were mad.
Oh, yeah, they were mad.
Mostly because of the DJ and. I think I basically planned like a day party. It was a Sunday, right? And I was like, people will go home by 8-ish, and then here we are up until like 1 a.m.
Yeah. It might have been later than that.
Yeah, some of us, some people just wouldn't leave. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Favorite podcaster? Do you have one?
Yeah, I like my OG favorite is Lewis House, School of Greatness. Yeah, and then I used to listen to Aubrey Marcus quite a bit. And then, Chris Williamson is killing it too. I think like you and I were just saying earlier how good he is at interviewing people, but how knowledgeable he is as well. And it just like shines through on every single episode.
Yeah.
So Table for One is not on that list?
Wow, I thought you were going to say Table for One.
Number one in my heart.
Yeah, we're in the top 2,000. 199.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts anymore. I wish I used to.
Time consuming.
Yeah, I used to be a podcast junkie, but when I would commute to work, I would listen to podcasts all the time. But now I just work from home, so I don't necessarily have that window.
Hey, do you want to do a quick little segment brought to you by our sponsor?
Game on.
Okay. I don't.
Okay. Well, we're gonna roll the sponsor here.
Too bad.
Yeah. And we're back. Okay, this segment is called "Is It Hot and Sexy?"
All right.
Okay. Don't know if you've ever said those words, but
no.
A woman in a beautiful dress. Is it hot and sexy?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Definitely hot and sexy. A gal maybe also dressed up nicely in some nice heels.
High heels. Yeah, those are sexy for sure.
Yeah, very sexy. Very hot and sexy. Maybe a nice romantic dinner. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of hot and sexy.
Hot and sexy for sure.
Hot and sexy. Maybe like you see a picture online and it's a tasteful thirst trap though, not too out there. Is that kind of hot and sexy?
Classy, but tasteful. Yeah.
It's hot and sexy.
For sure.
Kids.
Oh, man. I can't believe I said that. Oh, man. I'm not making excuses here, but that was definitely not my best performance. The shit you say in the pods, then that Netflix can use against you.
Yeah. I didn't think it came from a place of like being a creep or anything, but just maybe some wrong words.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Terrible choice of words there. I will say I was just saying the word sexy way too much. Yeah. Honestly.
You're sexy Mike.
Yeah, exactly, right? And where that came about was, so, I walk into the pods, and when you first meet someone, they're like, hey, like, I'm Joe, I'm Casey, I'm Madison, I'm Mike. So I walk into the pod, and I was like, hey, who am I talking to? And she's like, Sparkle Megan. Yeah. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, like, I need to respond with something funny. And the first S word I could think of was sexy. So I'm like, hey, I'm Sexy Mike.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome. I should have introduced you as Sexy Mike Brockway on here.
And so that was how I introduced myself to Sparkle Megan.
Did they put that in the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so, like, I don't know. I was kind of like leaning on that, like making fun of her for saying Sparkle Megan. Like, I was pretty transparent with her, as I'm a very transparent person, and that gets me in trouble sometimes. But I kind of told her, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the name, and even others that were dating her said the same thing. So it was kind of just like a joke. I was just saying, like, joking around about being Sexy Mike and her being Sparkle Megan. And then we had the conversation about other things. Like, I was unfortunately dropping the word sexy in spots it probably shouldn't have been used.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think I was telling you earlier too, like, we talked about this before we started recording. Like, I haven't drank all year, and my goal is to drink from not have alcohol for a year. Mm-hmm. I was doing the same thing before filming. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, Netflix says, hey, you've been selected. We get to, LA, start filming. Everyone's drinking, right? Yeah. Even the guys, and we're cheersing in the lounge. And then you get on the date, and they're like, hey, like, let's toast to something. Or like, hey, let's take a shot. Yeah. And every time I was in there, I was like, actually, I don't drink. Like, sorry. And eventually I gave in, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to have a drink, because you're trying to bond, not only with the guys in the lounge, but on their dates. So I had definitely had a few drinks in the pods, and after not drinking for like 8 months. So I was lightweight in there for sure.
Well, you should take notes from Joe, because he didn't say one single stupid thing that entire show.
Yeah, I was calling my grandma sexy.
What is that, a gilf? Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Shout out all the gilfs.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Sorry, I just thought about my grandma like that. Like, this is gross. I gross.
All right, sorry, reset. Back to the schedule.
Yeah, back to the scheduled. All right. Well, this question doesn't get any better. Why do people think you're in a cult? And is it a sex cult? And if so, how do we join?
Have you ever seen, like, it's like a triangle, right? Like, I'm here and you're kind of like down here. Yeah, I think. Yeah. That's how it works. So you should definitely sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Like, I don't want to say funny, but that was pretty shocking to see some of those reels about me saying I was in a cult.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to, I think, me just being pretty transparent about what I'm passionate about. And one of those things is community, like I said earlier. And
what's it called?
It's called GoBundance.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is requirements to be a part of it.
Yeah, you have to sacrifice a calf.
Yeah,
or a blood oath or something like that. Yeah.
We have to sacrifice a poor person. That's what.
Oh fuck! I'm next.
No, it's one of the TikToks said. It was.
It was a joke. I think people can figure out that one was satire.
Yeah, but no, it's something I'm passionate about. Like, I'm passionate about real estate. I'm passionate about, like, doing things that, like, level up my life, whether it's in health, which I talked about quite a bit, and that got kind of overblown. Like, I'm definitely not the healthiest person out there, but I try hard, and I try to keep it top of mind. And so I talked a lot about health, business, building wealth, building businesses, building a better future for yourself, which I'm just passionate about that. And I would help anyone that I know about that. If someone was like, hey, I want to better myself in this area or this area, like, how can I help you get there? Because I've learned slowly, potentially the hard way, but I've also had good mentors that have helped me speed up that process. So I want to do that for other people as well. But I think it just came off the wrong way, or how they clipped it wasn't in my favor.
They give back too, like the organization you're in. They give back.
Yeah, for sure. And if I didn't join that group, GoBundance, my first like donation, I'm thinking like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, that was substantial. I joined the group and we were at one of the conferences, and one session was like talking about this charity, and then they basically like raised money for this charity, and I donated $3,000 that day, and I never would have done that otherwise.
Humble flex.
I mean,
just kidding.
Sorry. For me, I think at the time that was a big amount of money, and I was like, okay. From my prior mindset was like, I want to take this and do something that's going to benefit myself, whether it's like the next down payment or the next like trip. And because I was part of that group, I became more open-minded to giving back and charitable contribution, what we call it, that pillar. And so, it definitely helped me out. And
now sometimes people just pick up on shit and run with it because it gets views.
Yeah. You want to get the clicks, you want to get the views, and you want to get a rise.
It was funny, right? But when they learn about the organization, and I don't know much about them, so they could sacrifice poor people. But it sounds like a good group,
Yeah, no, it's been monumental in my life. I'd say.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I guess what would most people be surprised to know about you, other than what? This is kind of a hard question too, because it's like off the top, but because people see you in a certain way maybe right now, but is there anything else other than the hardworking kind of business guy, entrepreneur? Maybe how you even blow off steam, or your hobbies, or something a little close to home.
Yeah, I think when I got asked this question on the show, I was like, said something stupid. I'm like, I love dried mangoes, like just something not important.
Yeah.
I think something that I've realized as the show's come out and just since we met was I am doing certain things in life because I get fulfillment from like what other people think.
Yeah.
And so as I was getting negative comments, like that kind of hit me pretty hard because I place emphasis in what others around me think. But I've realized I need to place that power in the right hands. Like again, friends and family, those that are close to you that you respect. And I think that also comes back to like trying to help people out and throw a big party. Like you want your friends, you want to be likable, and you want to have community. I've definitely realized that recently, and I'm just calling it growth through visibility. I'm sure
where you get your source of happiness from. Is that or
I think to an extent, you want to feel like important in your, if you have a friendship with someone, you want to feel important to them, right? If you value their opinion, you want that you care about how they feel about you and if you're important in their life, kind of thing. So I've realized that. And I think for me, it's like I said earlier, maybe I said this earlier, it's growth through visibility. As you're highly visible, you have to be more accountable. You have to grow faster, and you don't really have a choice. If someone's, blowing you up on social media or calling you out for this, you have to respond and grow. And just it's kind of forced. Like in any other scenario, someone could call you out behind closed doors, but you don't have to do anything about it. No one's going to know. But being on the show and being highly visible has definitely pushed me to grow and to be a better person.
It's good.
Yeah. You might still think I'm a piece of shit, but it's fine.
No, not a piece of shit. I'm just kidding. You want to get in some dating stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right, man. Well, first of all, what are your thoughts on Denver dating? You've been here for 10 years.
Yeah, I've been dating. I've been more or less single in Denver for 10 years. I've had a few different longer term relationships, maybe 6 months, a couple that were a year long, but I've done a ton of dating in Denver. And when I first got here, I think anytime you're in a new city, you're like, okay, you're making friends, you're meeting new people, you're super excited to be there, you're doing all the activities. I think it all comes back to like it is what you make it. You can call it Menver and say that there's too many dudes here or the dating sucks.
Isaac likes that part.
I've heard.
Best part about this place.
Not enough dudes.
Are you a fan of mustache rides?
I haven't tried one, but maybe I'll have to try it out.
Yeah, but no, I think like
free $99, dog.
I think that the term, people calling it menvert and saying the dating is terrible, and that even from a female's perspective, so the guys can make that complaint, right? From a female's perspective, they can say, oh, like all the guys are, ski bums. They, don't have goals. They're not motivated, or whatever the complaint is. But you just got to, we're all playing the same game.
Yeah.
You got to kind of just figure it out and make the best of the scenario. And it definitely, I think, you have to go on a lot more dates to meet a good person, I think, or someone that's actually serious.
Right.
And so I was going on a ton of dates. Like I would jump on the apps and just like meet someone. If they seemed like we would get along, like, all right, pick a date and time. Like let's do it. And, take the time out of your day to meet in person and at least see if it's a good fit or not. Versus like, I was never a big fan of having long conversations and texting back and forth. I was just like, hey, let's meet up and see if we click.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fuck, I hate texting. I hate it all.
Mm-hmm. Texting's hard.
Texting is hard,
Texting's
dude.
hard.
So then you have to type.
Especially when
you have
more than one person texts you and it's like, I got to reply to 2 people.
Yeah, I have to complete a thought here and put it in words. Damn it.
It's Joe's nightmare.
Yeah, it's my nightmare, dude. How many dates have you gone on in your sauna?
You want to come to the next one?
Yeah, hell yeah. I've been in your sauna.
I think a sauna date is a great play.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not the first date,
Mm-hmm.
but I've gone on gym dates, like walking around Sloan's Lake, sauna dates.
That was a good swerve on that question. I love gym.
Hot tub dates are good.
Yeah, I've been in your hot tub.
But yeah.
Wherever it's hot, I like it.
Yeah, we got to get a little steamy.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, honestly, anything like that, let's just keep it on the sauna conversation, like open invitation for anyone. Any of my friends that wants to come hang out and do something that's healthy, or where I maybe need some accountability, like I'm all in. So yeah, that was definitely not ideal how that conversation came up on the show, but
it was funny.
You're right. And I'll say it again. Like in that scenario, I was single. That was someone that I dated like years and years ago. We were purely platonic friends, and that hasn't changed even since then. And yes, she was dating someone, and maybe that was like bad judgment on my part. But at the end of the day, like,
it speaks more about her. Maybe.
Yeah, she's a grown ass woman. She wants to come to my place in sauna, and we're friends. And whether she's communicating that to her boyfriend or not, like that's on her.
Yeah,
I'm not going to necessarily have an issue with that. And I think the key thing here that was maybe left out on the edit was, again, I was single. If I had a girlfriend and she had an issue with that, obviously I wouldn't be inviting girls over or ex-girlfriends over to sauna with me. But in that scenario, I was single, and it would have been much different if I was in a committed relationship at the time.
Yeah. And he calls his bed the sauna. So that's just kidding.
Yeah, so if you want,
I'd love to come sauna all night long.
That was a joke.
Yeah, you can only go 20 minutes at a time. It's too hot.
That's
outside.
too long.
A long session.
That's too long. We're just razzing you, man. I'm sorry. Do you pay for everything on the like for say the first 4 months of dating?
Everything, man. I'm a firm believer. Like the guy has to always pay for everything on the first few dates.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm asking a girl out, I'm going to pay. And that definitely bit me in the ass one time. I went to a restaurant and it was like a 6-course set menu, and I didn't realize it. And I think I dropped like, a few $100 on her that night without realizing it. And she was cool. We went on a few more dates, but
He wasn't 6-course cool though.
yeah, right. But yeah, no, I think it's like important for the guy to like at least attempt to court the girl.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's admirable if the female offers to pay here and there, even if a girl offers to pay on the first date. Like I respect that, but I'm always going to say like, no, I got this kind of thing. And I think when you get into the territory with certain girls that just have super high expectations, they never offer, they're not grateful, they don't try to give back in any way. That's when I'm like, all right, this probably isn't the person for me. But for the most part, I think it's like important for the guy to step up, pay for meals, court to an extent.
Some women can take advantage of that, though. That's
right.
You gotta be wary.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've all been there. I did have a buddy that was like the cheapest guy in the world, and he was like trying to tell me that I should only go on coffee dates, and he had this like textbook strategy.
2 drip coffees, please.
Right? But it gets worse. He would actually show up like 5 to 10 minutes early, pay for his coffee, close out, and so when she showed up, she had to buy her own coffee. And I was just like, dude, like I don't know how you're gonna find a girlfriend that way, but
he brought his coffee from his house.
In his own coffee cup.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's funny. Hey, I mean, any like throughout dating and relationships, right? People butt heads on certain things. Is there like common arguments you find yourself getting into in the past that would always come up?
I think just in general, like I can be a particular person.
Yeah.
And it's mostly just dumb things. Like, I don't know. I'm dating someone now, and I think one of the things, like my pet peeves, is when she cooks and she doesn't turn the vent on the stove.
Yeah.
And so the whole kitchen gets smoked out. And I'm like, I actually personally installed the vent myself, and like I was like, I put this nice hood vent in there so the smoke can go outside. And when she doesn't put that on, I think it like gets to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think there's like any big themes of things that I've argued with girls about. I have dated a couple of girls where I felt like they maybe were dating me for the wrong reasons, but that could also have been in my head too. Yeah. Like even my current girlfriend, when we first were dating, I felt like I was very quickly had to start paying for everything, including like rent and even like.
Listen, she better keep a smokeless house if you're paying for everything. That shit.
Yeah. But honestly, I mean, I feel much better about it now. Yeah. I just hadn't dated someone before that, or had been that serious with someone to the point where that stuff fell on me. And I think life happens too, right? We all go through different seasons, and I probably should have been like more eager to step up and do that and like proud of it versus maybe being hesitant to get more serious in the relationship.
Okay. What's like a red flag you like to stay away from?
If you're following your ex on Instagram, I can follow all my exes on Instagram, but
amen.
You gotta lay down the law,
right? Double standard all day. Man, I think it's just on that same topic in general. I think just having boundaries. Yeah. Like some people just are more, and maybe it's I'm the opposite, where I'm like, I'm not necessarily a people pleaser. Yeah. I'll set the boundary. I'm not afraid to set it. But I think I've dated a couple of girls in the past where they don't necessarily set the boundary with their ex, where it's like, oh, like, well, he needed this, or like, oh, I needed to stay in contact with him on this. Yeah. And I'm not going to tell that person what to do, but it kind of just seemed like more of a cop out, or their inability to kind of put their foot down and set that boundary.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, talking about double standards. Let's talk about body count. Do you think, it's the same if I'm going to fucking get myself in trouble. Sorry, this came up the other day.
Most of the heat will be on this side of the table.
Yeah. Is it the same, for a woman as it is to a man to have the same body count, do you think?
I mean, I think my real answer, at least, is it's not the same.
Okay. Elaborate, please.
And I'm just speaking based on my limited knowledge. Yeah. And so it's unfortunately a double standard out there. I mean, I think you guys would probably agree, right? Like as a dude, you don't want to date a girl that has a high body count, but
you yourself can have one, right?
Yeah.
And not get shamed.
Right. You yourself can have a higher body count and not be questioned and talk about it on a podcast and be okay.
And we're going to leave it at that because you know what? A lot of women watch this.
You don't have anything to say about
Nothing?
that?
No, I agree with you. Totally.
Yeah, no. And I will say, like, I don't judge a girl based on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone on some dates with girls, and I won't like specify their occupation, but I wasn't.
What are they, hookers?
No. I didn't even go on this date. I was talking to a girl, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm a dancer," and I was like,
"Yeah,
okay."
Like ballet or something.
Yeah. And we actually never went on the date, but in my mind, I wasn't necessarily like holding that against her. I'm like, okay, like I get it. Like obviously, in a perfect world, like.
This is a slippery slope, fella.
I would say, okay, so In a perfect world,
you don't want your partner to have, like, you don't even want to think about them with anybody else. So that's like a normal thought, right? So
yeah, exactly.
That's what you meant by that.
Yeah. In a perfect world, you wouldn't have to think about your partner dating someone else or sleeping with someone else.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, and a couple of girls that I've dated or considered dating, I never held that against them.
Yeah.
You know, I get why people do it, and it's hard not to do. But personally, I didn't let that bother me.
Yeah. Admirable. Admirable.
Clip that.
Clip it, chat.
That's sexy, Mike.
Yeah.
That's
back
sexy right there. He's back. Any first date horror stories?
I got a couple. Nothing too crazy. The two that I can think of, one was here in Denver, and again, I'm shooting from the hip. I'm quick to say like, hey, let's go on a date and meet up. Sometimes I would jump on the phone with someone beforehand, but like that was super rare. And I think it's a little bit weird to say like, hey, like, do you want to do a phone call before we meet up? And so in this scenario, I met up with this girl, and she had a pretty serious lisp on the date.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that when I met up with her, and I don't think it was that big of a deal, but it threw me off at first.
Yeah.
And I think that amongst some other things that were around compatibility and personality, halfway into the date, I kind of realized like, okay, like maybe we're not a good fit. And I
Because
always
of her lisp.
That was the first thing that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe impacted my judgment of her in general. Maybe like this next thing seemed like, maybe the incompatibility seemed like a bigger deal because I had like not the best first impression potentially. I don't know if I'm being totally honest, but
you got there and you said, knock that shit off.
yeah. And my go-to is always like, hey, let's grab drinks. Like, and I'm always just going to get one drink, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And I was ready to go. She ordered a second drink. Mm-hmm. I decided not to. I let her finish her drink. And then she's like, hey, let's grab sushi across the street. And this is the first time I've ever lied on a date before, but I basically said like, hey, I can't because I have to pick up a friend from the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of my way to get out of that date. But I was nice enough to take her to ice cream next door.
Oh.
So that was a little bit faster. Yeah. I didn't want to sit down for dinner with her.
Because of her lisp. The lisp community is going to be going. You should have told a different story, brother.
No, there was a few other things. That was the first thing that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And so we went to ice cream, and that was good, and that was a little bit faster than dinner. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I was still friends with her after that. Like we stayed in touch. We were friends after that, and I don't think it was a big deal or a big red flag, but it was just like one of those times I can think of.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll leave it at that.
I don't think you can talk dirty with a lisp. I don't know.
I think I would be into it. Maybe.
Yeah.
You'd like a little lisp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little lisp.
I got another crazy story too. That's a little embarrassing, but I'll tell it to you if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a while ago. Maybe like 8 years ago. I was actually back at home, and I see an old friend of mine, and her and I had kind of like dated in the past. And so we meet up, we're hanging out, and it was a holiday weekend. So everyone's drinking all night. And so we started walking home, and it's a small town, so it's pretty quiet. And all of a sudden I can hear like water. Mm-hmm. And I look over, and this girl's walking and peeing her pants at the same time. She was wearing like these, I think, I don't know, I could just remember hearing like her boots sloshing. It was the weirdest
like
thing.
Fisherman boots. Just I
don't even know what they were. But I was just like, damn, this girl is peeing her pants and walking and pretending it's not even happening right now. And
Why?
So I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember. It was the weirdest scenario ever. So we get back to my friend's like place, his lake house, and I'm like, hey, like I think you gotta like, you know, maybe take a shower and like do your thing.
Yeah, you smell like piss. You fucking reek of piss, lady.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, all right, like she's definitely a little drunker than I thought.
Yeah.
And we gave her some clothes, and she was good to go after that. But anyway, that was definitely a weird scenario.
Would you ever get pissed on? Is that like a kink?
Man, I don't know if I'd be into it, honestly.
Okay, well, that's just a question. Yeah.
Piss fetishes are real.
Yeah.
And I don't quite understand it, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you?
I'd try it. I'd try anything once.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. I respect that.
I don't know if that's necessarily what I'm into, but I guess I don't know until you try it.
You don't know until you try it. And if you don't ask, the answer is no.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, man. Well, I want to see. So is marriage still the goal?
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to, be married. And I think that going through the experience on the show, like that solidified that for me.
Yeah.
I was always focused on business and having fun and traveling and having good friends, but I was never being calculated about getting married and being super intentional about that. So when the opportunity came up to go on the show, I was like, maybe this is the kick in the ass that I needed the entire time to like put myself in the scenario and take it seriously. And so just going through that process has changed my outlook, and it's definitely much more top of mind for me. And I've also learned through the process, like what I want, what I don't want, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and how I envision that happening. So it's much more obtainable now and more top of mind than it was beforehand.
Awesome. Do you want kids?
Yeah, I definitely want kids, and I think that's a big part of it.
What kind of kids?
Man, I know I want to have at least one boy.
Okay.
And I have probably 2 kids, so maybe a boy and a girl.
Okay.
But I just know that I want to be a good father.
Yeah.
And I want to also personally grow from that experience. I think that it's going to be really tough for me to be a dad. I think anyone that goes through that probably knows, like it definitely tests you, and you have to learn, and you have to be, I think for me, it's like, I want to be able to be a good dad and be there for someone. I have this kid that works for me. I think he's 22, 23, and he's from Honduras. His dad isn't in his life. His mom's back in Honduras. He's got a brother here. He's not really super helpful with him, but I've kind of assumed a father figure role for him. Mm-hmm. So whenever he needs anything, he'll reach out to me. Whenever he's dealing with something that maybe he has questions on, like right now, his nephew is trying to get his citizenship, and so I've been kind of helping him navigate that. I said, hey, if you need me to go in person, like I'll do it. He doesn't know this yet, but I actually just bought him a truck, and not just a work truck. Mm-hmm. He's always having car trouble, so I'm like, hey, like I'm gonna buy this truck. He can use it when he's working for me. He can use it personally, and he's the best. He's awesome. He's a good kid. He works hard, like super honest. And I'm like, how do I help this person and be a father figure role in his life when he doesn't have that kind of thing? So I'd love to do that with my own family, and I think it would be, there's nothing better than that.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, probably pouring into him, and he feels like he's got that father figure. Helping him out tremendously. So that's. It's when you're in that position where you're able to do it, I mean, it probably feels good too.
Yeah, for sure.
And to see how much help he's getting. But I also did want to ask, so are you dating anybody now? You did say that. So who are you dating now?
Yeah, so I'm in a serious relationship now.
Okay.
With Gabrielle.
Okay.
It's been going great. We've been dating for a little over a year, maybe a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And she's awesome. She's much different than the type of girls I've dated in the past, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I've realized that maybe I didn't know what I needed. And she's super sweet. She wants to be a mom. She wants to have a family. She's very complimentary to my personality. She's amazing, and I'm super happy to have her in my life.
She doesn't smoke up the house, does she?
She's cooking a steak on the cast iron.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Can't even see in there.
You're fighting for your life. You're crawling on the ground. You think the house is on fire? Well, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Bro. And I mean, any fun story of how you guys kind of got together, or when you knew she was it?
Yeah, we met through friends, and I met her maybe a couple of years ago, and she was actually like either newly divorced or going through her divorce. And at the time, I just didn't even think about potentially dating her. Yeah. I was just kind of more so trying to be a resource for her. She was new to Denver. She didn't have a ton of friends, and she was messaging me on Instagram. And I was like, I know this woman is married. I don't know why she's messaging me on Instagram.
Separated though.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they were actually divorced at the time, but I didn't necessarily know it. And so I kind of put her on the spot. I was like, hey, we're doing this, we're having, I'm not sure what party it was, but I'm like, hey, we're having a dinner or a party or something. I just invite everyone. And I'm like, you should come, but like, you should bring your husband.
Yeah.
And she went silent for a couple of days. I think she didn't know what to say or how to respond to that. Yeah. And eventually she came back and was like, actually, I just got divorced, and so yeah, I won't be bringing him, kind of thing. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry to hear that.
You're like, jackpot.
Yeah, I mean, no, not even that, because like at the time I wasn't trying to date anyone, and I actually invited her to help her like get out and about and leave the house. And I invited her to Improper City when I was working one day. I just brought my laptop and I was getting some work, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be getting some work done. If you have anything to do, like, you're welcome to come work with me. And that's when we started chatting more. And I didn't necessarily start dating her then. She met my sister through one of the parties I had, and she became friends with my sister and became close to her. And because of that, I would see her more frequently. And then eventually we started dating.
Nice, man. And then, I mean, like, what stands out about her? Like, what do you love most about her?
Man, she got a shelf. No, I can't.
She's a carpenter.
Her mom is gonna hate me. Honestly, man, she's
a pint glass on there.
Yeah, no, I think like
sorry, Gabby. Sorry, Gabrielle. My bad. That was a joke.
I think
she's great. She is great. I've met her a couple times. I mean, hosted, all that. And she's wonderful.
Yeah, what stands out about her is like she is like such great energy. She's super positive. Yeah, she's always fun to be around. Like, we can literally do anything, and it's enjoyable. Like we can. I think she'll say this isn't enjoyable, but like we went like Black Friday shopping, and she like it was the craziest experience. And she's like, I'm never doing Black Friday with you ever again, but it's fun. Like, you can go to the store. You can go to the gym.
She'll do White Friday. That's racist.
Cut that. You can go on a road trip, and she's always fun to be around. Yeah. And so she's very bubbly, and I'm the opposite. Like, I'm very like, I keep it real. I'm not joking around a whole lot. I'll always look at a scenario and be like, okay, like, this is what I can fix, or here's the issue. And she'll typically be just that positive light in my life. So
I'll vouch for her. You guys have hosted us a few times. I've had nothing but good interactions with her, and she's like truly one of the kindest, sweetest people I've met. And very, very bubbly, as you said, and just always a joy to be around.
Yeah, only person out there that can put up with my shit. So
yeah. Hey, marry her.
Another plus.
Yeah.
What do you think she loves most about you?
She told me, like, when we first met, the first thing she noticed was like my energy, whatever that means to her. Yeah. But I think she made a comment. She's like, oh, like I kind of liked your like direct personality when I first met you, and now that we're in a relationship and I'm, words of affirmation and other things come into play, that's maybe a little bit different. But I think she just liked that I was pretty independent. I have my own business. I was open to supporting her and being a resource for her even before we were dating. And even if that was just like inviting her to things and making sure she, made some new friends in Denver. But I would say that's probably the biggest thing, is just like the support and masculine energy, I would assume. And we're definitely opposites when it comes to like hard things. Like, I'm like taking hard things head on.
Yeah.
And does not handle hard scenarios very well. And so
opposites attract, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. So
I think you don't need the same person as you. That could be
exactly, for sure. That's what I learned very recently, and it's been a good blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm. I mean, did you ever, meet up with anybody after the show, or have any interactions, anything like that? Or maybe that's not the right time to ask this question.
Right after the relationship.
Yeah. Fuck. All right, we can just.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'll like keep it PG, but in general, it's a very weird time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you guys were still filming, and besides the couples that went to Baja, everyone else is back in Denver. And we had this one meetup in Cherry Creek. Everyone was there. And I just remember how weird it was to like look at one of the girls I was dating, specifically, let's just say Annie, or Hillary, like look at them and hear the voice
so
with
weird.
the face.
So
yeah,
weird.
it's the weirdest thing in the world.
Thing.
And so you almost had to like get to know that person again or like get comfortable with
that's
that.
What I'm saying. It's not weird. People think it's fucking weird. But I mean, it is weird. People think it's not weird.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. Yeah. So relating to your scenario, like it's the weirdest thing in the world. Like I'm almost like looking at them like,
is this
who are you? Like, it's why does your voice sound different now than it did before? Yeah. And it's because I think if I closed my eyes and I was listening to them and that sense was heightened, it would be the same voice. But when you're bringing in like the visual and the physical, it was totally weird. But yeah, there's definitely like, it was very flirtatious when we all met up. And you're again trying to get to know the people that you were just on dates with and talking about love with, right? And as far as people after the show, I kind of kept my distance from everyone. I was like, I'm not going to, hook up with my buddy's girlfriend from the pods or try to take her on a date. The only person I did go on a date with was Megan. And I think because she was my number one, there just seemed like there was a lot of potential, just curiosity there or even closure, right? Like you go through this very, I don't want to say just very intense process with someone and you feel for them. I think everyone that ended something in the pods, they wanted to have that closure after the fact. Yeah. And so I think it's natural to have that closure and to see things through and to just maybe put that curiosity to bed because then you at least you did it and you're not going to be thinking about it forever. Yeah. And so we did meet up and I think the timing was off and there was just a lot less chemistry at that point in time. She was just called off an engagement. Mm-hmm. And I think, because of that, and I was also starting to see other people, it just like wasn't good timing. And I think we were also just too similar. Like we're very similar people and that's what resonated in the pods. And that's why it made so much sense on paper. Mm-hmm. And that's why I chose to continue dating her. But I think when you get to the real world, as you saw, it's a much different game.
Yeah. Did you know any cast members before filming?
Yeah, that's a good question. I did not know any cast members before filming, but after filming, we had this big group chat on Instagram, and the first thing I looked at, or the first way I saw what the other girls looked like is through their Instagram accounts. And then so you're shooting people messages, checking out their profiles, trying to put that, that person you met in the pods with that image on Instagram. And I actually noticed that Kate called me out on this. Kate messaged me on Instagram and she's like, hey, looks like you slid into my DMs like a couple of years ago. And I scroll up and I'm like, damn, I slid into Kate's DMs after I saw her on a dating app. Yeah. And I did not remember that at all. But she caught that one. And so I actually caught a second one and this person does not know this to this day. Yeah. But I actually slid into Casey's DMs prior to the show as well. Okay. And the reason for all this is as I'm on the dating apps, I hated the apps. I hated having long conversations on the apps. So if someone's Instagram account was on their dating app profile and I thought they were relatively attractive, I'm shooting them a DM. Like, hey, notice you on the app. I think you're cute. Like, if you're open to it, like let's connect or grab a drink. And so I actually did that with Kate and Casey. But I did when I was on the show, I did not put 2 and 2 together in any scenario. Yeah, really. But I actually ended up dating Casey quite a bit on the show as well.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was my number 2, and I did not have any recollection of that.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you know anyone before filming?
No, brother. No clue.
I knew that. I thought I'd just ask it.
No, okay. Still have no.
Are you gonna come clean on this episode?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Joe dated 10 of them.
I'll never come clean.
You and Madison go way back.
No, that's probably why they picked me because I think they cross-reference everything too. Like if they follow the same people, shit like that too.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and I wasn't following either of them because I shot them one message. Sure. They didn't respond. That was the end of it. Yeah. And so they never like I never remembered who they were, or after a year or two, of not hearing back from them from that DM, like I'm obviously not going to.
You were checking it every day
for a year, like any day.
I know she's going to hit me back eventually.
Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate the transparency and kind of, clearing up whatever needed to be, whatever needed to be cleared up. I think everybody kind of is getting the picture now too, and notice that sometimes when you say shit, it's not the true meaning behind that is a little bit different than what you see on TV. So appreciate you for coming on, dude. You got a good heart, and till next time, thank you so much.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks
Mike.
for having me.
Mm-hmm.